Yeah. They ain't believe me when I told them crypto was the future. Now they trying to get in, but it's too late. We been stacking Marvin since day one. No banks, no middlemen, just power moves. Let's get it. Yeah.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the show. Anyway, hope you're all doing well. Thank you very much for tuning in. I am on time tonight. Not early, I'm just on time. Bang on 9 o'clock, and we are officially live in what is a very turbulent day in the markets. We'll sort of get into it. Altcoins getting absolutely opened up today, like a very cheap can of dog food, and we'll sort of break down as to exactly why. Kind of get into a little bit of maybe what's happening. Try and satisfy ourselves that we're not in some sort of crazy end of the bull market. Maybe we are. I mean, who the hell knows? We'll sort of get into a little bit of that. But yeah, apologies I was a little bit late. I'm trying to sort something out that is sort of frustrating me a little bit. I got into an OTC about 14 months ago, and finally, it feels like it's due to launch today, and we're meant to get these tokens allocated out to us, and it's just the biggest pain in the ass I've ever seen in my entire life, and no one can seem to do it. And I mean, by the way, this group I'm in has got like everyone you can imagine in it, and none of us can get any hold of any tokens and all this kind of crazy stuff. So anyway, I was trying to sort that out. I will obviously let you guys know when that becomes a fruition, but yeah, pretty interesting day, like we said in the markets. We'll sort of break down what's been going on, why it's important, trying to settle our nerves, should we say. Or maybe we need to be panicking and selling everything. I don't know. Like I said, we'll get into it as you would expect. But if you can, do me a favor, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Also, FYI, my missus is away with the kids from tomorrow, so we can have a little bit of an extended stream tomorrow night. And yeah, we'll kind of just hang out, chill out, do you know what I mean? The boys, all that kind of crazy stuff. So it should be good fun going into the weekend. We can definitely do some bullish things. We'll be streaming Saturday night because she's not here as well. So we'll have a show Saturday night, which we don't normally do. So we might do something a bit different. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But anyway, good to see you, Tim. Welcome. Vern's here. Don't forget, by the way, Vern and I will be live on TikTok later on after this show, about 30 minutes after the show, just kind of for an hour talking about the markets, generally just getting a bit of a chit chat going on. So if anyone wants to join us, you are more than welcome. It should be good fun. But yeah, good to see you, Vern. Welcome. Craig's here. 37's here. Ford, Chipper. Welcome to you both. 37 in the building. Mr. Selmo Ford. Bosh. Good to see you, man. Curtis in the building says Jesse Hopper, Craig Hubbs. I don't even see Jesse Hopper. Why don't I see Jesse Hopper anymore? I don't even see them in my chat, which is a bit weird, isn't it? But anyway, welcome. CJ King's in the building. Good to see you, buddy. Bobby T's here. RPM's here. Al Ashbrook says I'm 3 minutes early. What's going on, Al? Good to see you. Welcome as always. To you guys. Crackerjack's here, Shabs is here as well, Holmes in the building, Stu, all the gang, and then welcome to everybody tuning in on TikTok. The Familia Madrigal is here, already holding it down, so welcome everybody. If it's your first time here, don't forget the follow button. Also, if you could do me a little favor, tap the screen, lock in some likes. We'll try and see what we can do in terms of being super bullish today and making sure everybody has a good time. If you've got any questions, thoughts, opinions, views, or anything else, do drop them in the chat and we'll try and answer them the best. But Jamie, welcome to you. Ray's in the building. GVR, good to see you. Or GURPS, I think it is. Caroline Cachet's in. Ponke, as always, you absolute hero. Good to see you, my man. Appreciate you being here. And then anyone else who is tuning in and joining in and all that kind of good stuff, we welcome you very much into our lives. So thank you so much for joining. Right. We will get into kind of what's going on. We'll try and keep you up to speed. Stick with me. We're going to move pretty quickly through this first part, and then we'll sort of get into a little bit of nuance and nitty-gritty of the markets to really understand exactly what's going on. So, Coach TV, welcome to you as well as Olafar and GTR. Welcome to you both. Right. So, interesting day. What went from a very bullish outlook to the end of yesterday where we were a bit like, oh, 120K, here we come. Altcoins are skyrocketing, super crazy news, everything's getting pretty bullish. We came right back down to trade within this range, completely wiping out pretty much most of the gains we got from yesterday. Not quite all, but certainly most of them. I did say, however, this range is going to be key as we sort of see. So you can wipe out the real top range, wipe out that, wipe out the bottom. We're still trading very much within this pattern. And you can sort of go even crazier than that and say, look, here on the hourly chart, we are very much just ranging between these bottom and top lines, as I think, and I don't say this lightly, by the way, but I do think it is worth saying, as I think there has been some shady goings on today. I believe the market has been heavily manipulated. I'm going to show you exactly why I believe that. We don't just have a theory here, we back it up with some level of confidence. So I'm going to show you what I mean. But Bitcoin, again, has been just kind of ranging between this. What do I see over the course of the next couple of days? Nothing particularly crazy. I actually think this was a move up, sort of build on the back of potential excitement, and then just liquidate the complete living crap out of loads of people. You can see it in liquidations, 250 million. Shorts getting wiped out, and obviously a significant dumperino when it comes to the altcoin market. So we'll sort of touch on why that is. We obviously are in a key level of volatility, and you can see here on the 12-hour MACD slightly bearish, and we are actually in a little bit of a downtrend. 37, thank you so much for the heart me's. Appreciate it. Grabbing those points, baby. Big Al says, can't trust anyone. Seems some people have a motive to scam us with your own community. You know you are. Don't do it. Simple mistakes. Hold on. Carries on. And I don't dox you to the community. What the hell does that mean? Can't trust anyone. Seems some people have a motive to scam us with your own community. Sounds pretty serious. That sounds pretty serious. Curtis says you should try living with a missus. You need the patience for that. Oh, dear me. Change my name because there are shoppers in this community that feel it's okay to personally locate me and message me. Don't do it. Don't be decent. What, really, Al? Like, really? That's wild if that's happened. Like, crazy wild if that's happened. Cheese, what's going on? Put it in the investment group, Al, because if there's something like that, we just need to ban them from the channel, and I'm more than happy to do it, by the way. More than happy. So, yeah, just send me it and I'll get rid of them. CJ, you got a Telegram group, mate? We have a Discord, and we sort of have the Marbits Telegram, but definitely thinking of doing something a little bit more community. I want to put a new website out and sort of update the website and do a little sort of other bits. Maybe we sort of do maybe a new Discord. I don't know. But maybe we do something. Manipulation in the crypto market? No, that can't be right. You must be mistaken, Harry. I wish I was. So, again, what we see here is Bitcoin only down about 1.3%. Nothing too crazy. But when we start to dial in some of the altcoin market, it is pretty painful. Ethereum is on his way back down to this key area of volatility we've talked about here, which, just for reference, by the way, upper range around 3,500. And I actually said yesterday, two people never DM anyone less requested. Absolutely true. I said yesterday that I thought Ethereum could come back down and retest 3,500. I'm not surprised by this move, which is why I'm a bit like, okay, I'm cool with it. Solana taking a big wick at 188, massive wick down here. Cardano 10. Where it gets super interesting is starting to see, look at these massive XRP liquidations. HBAR taking a big dumperino. All the way down, Jasmy, Ondo on the back of some crazy bullish news for Ondo. It takes a massive dip here on the 24-hour period. And this is kind of where you go, okay, just hold on one freaking second. So the market's super crazy. Everybody's buying massive amounts of cryptocurrency. Loads of companies are getting involved. ETFs, applications are going wild. And what? We're going to liquidate a humongous $81 billion out of the altcoin market as if it's like nothing. We're like, oh, whatever. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, everyone got it wrong. Crazy people. No. There is definitely other things afoot at this point, and we will talk exactly what that is to make sure that you guys are dialed in over every other channel and community out there. It's important, right? It's important. I've been closing my 2K back from 2bit for 6 months. I mean, that's true, Holmes. You have. Maybe it's the flush out, overbought RSI and the leverage. Yeah, I mean, look, it's definitely a little bit of exchanges grabbing hold of it. Don't forget, leveraging longs have gone wild over the course of the last 2 weeks. Like, people have been printing on the back of it, as have a number of short-term wallets. So you know that outflows have been pretty strong. We're going to take a look at specifics of that in a minute. However, with all of that being said, I'm still like, meh, do you know what? I'm still pretty confident where the market's going to go. You can see here, look, the S&P rallying yet again. Now, for the smart investors, thank you, Fern. I appreciate the heart me's, again, grabbing those points. For the smart people, you go, okay, the S&P 500 is rallying to a brand new all-time high. Mamma mia. It's going crazy. The Nasdaq's down a little bit. But overall, the markets are super bullish. You kind of go, right, what the hell is happening? Gold's down as well. That means people right now are going into the stock market. That's because people think that there is going to be some big announcements for tariffs. I think there's going to be, certainly people believe that we're going to see some more positive pro build outs when it comes to the US. So at the minute, the risk on markets, no one cares about, right? We've sort of had our profits, we're rotating it back. And like I said, I'm going to show you that I think exchanges are taking advantage of a number of different people. So that sets us up, by the way, just for absolute, just honest, objective views. We're still at 118.5, right? Okay, fine. That's fine. No one cares about that. So yeah, Ripple River says, what's up? BTC just finished its ABC and then off we are on the last raise. That's true. How dare the coin sell off? It's legal. I mean, that's true, sir. That is true. Google earnings soon. That could shake the markets. Google earnings look like it's coming crazy. I don't know if you've seen. Google earnings look big. Very positive big. I think it just flashed up on my screen. It came in at, let me tell you dead quick, and then we'll get into the rest of what I want to talk about. Google earnings reported a 96.4 billion in revenue, higher than expected. Google transacted more than they expected. That is a big deal, a double beat, and the stock market goes down. So Google had a massive earnings by the looks of it, massive earnings, which again is kind of crazy. So yeah, obviously we're seeing that. Very important as well. Also, a couple of macro things happen, which we'll touch on in a minute. It's over. We're all in the market confusion. Hell, no. It's again. I'm not, telling everyone that this is the truth. I am just giving an opinion. I'm just a bloke who talks about cryptocurrency on the internet. Here's my opinion. Right. Anyway, let's talk about why. Right. I'm not going to sit here and just talk nonsense. I'm going to get into the schematics and talk about why I think we are there. So let's break down a couple of key things that's going on. Stick with me. We're going to move pretty fast through some of these charts. It is going to support you guys. I probably need to just flick you. Hold on a minute, TikTok. Come here a second. Come here a second, because you guys need to see this, right? I know my face is very close to the screen. I'm sorry, all right? So hold on a minute. Dual circle, and I need to do this. Cool. Oh, there we go. Right. So TikTok, you can now see this. Man, I'm close to my microphone here. Right. So you guys can see this, and more importantly, again, TikTok, you can see it as well. So this is good news. Okay. So you kind of might not be able to see my face, but it's important to walk through these couple of charts that I think are important. So the first one we're looking at here is Bitcoin versus the federal funds rate. Now, obviously, the federal funds rate is what the FOMC decide. We get that announcement in next week's update. But what we can tell here, by the way, is before any major move down in federal funds rates, markets tend to rally and dump, right? So it's important. So again, you can see here, look. So we got the rally up, then we see the dump as the federal funds rate comes in. So markets a little bit right now are offsetting, in my opinion, by the way, offsetting a little bit of leverage. They're kind of going, okay, well, we don't quite know where Jezza's going. Obviously, tomorrow, don't forget, there are many officials from the White House heading over to the Federal Reserve building to see exactly what this $2.5 billion been spent off. Jerome Powell could get ragged in front of Congress and all sorts of crazy stuff tomorrow, right? So again, we definitely need to think about what that is. But we generally see this market pull back as the fund rates go down, which is counterintuitive to what everyone's telling us, which is the federal funds rate's going to come down, interest rates are going to come down, market's going to skyrocket, right? People don't like uncertainty. And at the minute, people are a bit like, well, Trump's saying it's going to come down. The markets want to come down. Jerome Powell's saying no. Like, it's all a bit crazy. So we definitely see this sort of start to waver and start to come down. Also, the other way to absolutely unequivocally tell whether this is either market manipulation or it is a genuine move down in the market and we're a bit like, shit, we kind of missed it, is some of these things here. You got cost basis distribution heat map. What does this mean? Well, this is telling us exactly where the liquidity is for Ethereum, right? And more importantly, who and how much they are selling. Also note on this, there's some very key things to look at in terms of open interest and then how that plays out in terms of BTC versus Ethereum, perpetual volume dominance, and the open interest in terms of combined cryptocurrencies. Now, for anyone who's not sure what open interest is, this is people looking to take a position either long or short on the market. These are open interest, i.e., I want to start or execute a trade at this specific price point looking to get into a certain bit. Open interest right now, as we are talking, and I'm going to literally show you the live data, is at $45 billion. There is more open interest than we have ever seen before. More people are looking to take a position on a futures trade than we've ever seen before. Does that sound like a market that is done? No. It sounds like people wanting a position that they didn't have 24 hours ago. And I think this is very important to reference. You can see on here that the purple is Ethereum, the yeah, this purple is Ethereum, the pink is Solana, green XRP, and Dogecoin at the bottom. What a surprise. Some of the biggest key altcoins that are moving. The mix of broad altcoin strength, heavy leverage, and diamond hands on ETH is powerful, but is risky. Again, people looking to get positions. This is where you get market makers, exchanges trying to go and hunt liquidity, trying to get positions out of some of these people. Again, when you break it down in more specifically in terms of sectors, i.e. where does this sit? AI, DPIN, ERC20 exchange tokens, etc., etc., etc. What you see is outperforming everything is Ethereum, right? And it's important. And actually, most sectors are outperforming Bitcoin. So where you saw the quick first rotation of capital, people went, Bitcoin's done, I'm banging myself into altcoins. This is what happens. Now, again, it's important not to get too unwound and understand exactly where we are. But look at this. This is open interest versus volume. And what you can see is our open interest is spiking today at a whopping $213 billion with $465 billion in volume, right? More people are more crazy on the entire markets. When you look at Bitcoin, what you can see again is open interest starting to come. So what do we decipher from all of this? Why is this important to think about? Well, the reality here is that more people want a position leveraged in the crypto market than we have seen for the longest time. These are people that either didn't get quite where they wanted to be. These are either exchanges that are wanting to get some capital or people simply making bad decisions. You take your pick as to which you think it is, but it's certainly playing out, in my opinion, very interestingly indeed. And again, which is why I'm not particularly worried about what's going on in the market. Yes, the market's pulled down. However, we understand why. And I think if you understand why, then it is worth noting. There's also some crazy stuff going on, and I certainly think we need to be aware of it. But when you start looking at open interest specifically, and you start to look in terms of what that looks from a 24-hour period and what it looks like from where people are going, then you start to get into a very interesting view. For example, Bitcoin's open interest change is 84.57 billion with a 1.54% change. That means that our open interest over the course of the last 24 hours has declined. What does this tell us? It tells us two things. Either people got liquidated, which we've seen, or people are now getting those positions within those markets. And again, you can see how that kind of works through across certain sectors. Very much aligned to open interest percentage change as well. You can see how this is all playing out favorably. Some of the green, obviously, is where we are seeing an increase, i.e. people looking to get a further position. And you can see some of the red, which is where people don't want it. And what you can see here is Made in America not looking particularly great. DPIN, AI agents, Metaverse, which I don't even know why people mess around with anymore. Proof of work and memes all taking a big hit. Where it's different, decentralized finance. Solana starting to have a nice little run. AI on the back of that potential Trump announcement coming in 7 days, etc. So if we to summarize everything I've just talked about in the last 5 minutes, you kind of go, it's kind of all right. It's just the natural course of a cryptocurrency bull market. All right, that's my opinion. Hope it makes sense to a lot of people. If not, if I summarized it, I'm not worried. I think it's fine, and I think people are trying to get you cryptocurrency for cheap. Right, 37. Thanks for the treasure box, guys. Make sure you grab it. Which is good. What do you think about why AI it's shooting up? No idea, but remind me when we get to the DeFi section and we will take a look. Don't forget TikTok, by the way. I'm going to be live with CryptoVern here a little bit after this show as well. So make sure you hit the follow button so you're keeping up to date with everything going on in this market. We're going to be getting into all sorts of discussions, debate, etc., etc., etc. Right. Good. Dude, with $1,000 looking to ISO 222 coins, just look into them. Like other dude said, research and make your own decisions. Sir, what is your name? Sir Yeatsley. Love that name, by the way. Yeah, welcome. I think you're relatively new to the channel. So many of us are already in it. I've already been talking about some of those ISO 222. I talked about Algorand before it did a 50% move, as well as many, many others. So yeah, but very wise words, I think. Very wise words. Damien Brimlow in the house. What's going on, Damien? Earth Perspective. Good to see you, man. Lauren Babs here. Didn't see you guys jumping in. Welcome. Tommy Carpenter said, what should I put my $1,000 into for a long time? Oh, you weren't talking to me, were you? I just realized you weren't talking to me, Sir Yeatsley. Sorry. I should have read before those comments. Good to see you, Gonzalo. Welcome. Johnny B. What's going on, man? Good to see you as well. ISO coins have a regulatory clarity good sign. Yeah, I agree. How do you think Flare can go? I think has Flare hit 3 cents today, or am I making that up? I kind of feel like I saw something about Flare today. As XRP pullback due to the ETF being put on hold. Well, the conversion of the Bitwise fund got approved and then instantly got not disproved, but it was put on hold, which you can argue probably means something. I can't get it out of my head that I feel there's some sort of reserve announcement coming. The fact they've even done that tells me that I think something's coming. I can feel it in my waters. So yeah, I feel like something's coming. Anyway, let's talk about a couple of other bits. We'll keep an eye on what's going on the price of BTC, but just dead quick, Mara Holdings now announcing a proposed private offering of over $850 million, zero coupon convertible senior notes to, guess what? Buy more Bitcoin. Okay, Mara Holdings going crazy. Not only are they mining a absolute shit ton, they're going to go and buy an even bigger bag. Very interesting indeed. And for those of you that have been holding Jasmy, many of you that have been asking me about Jasmy, and even those that said Jasmy is the worst cryptocurrency on the planet, look at this. Jasmy, or aka Junction, will be having a big announcement with, you named it, pump.fun. The more coins you hold, the bigger your rewards is going to be. Pretty interesting if you ask me. And this has been put out by Jasmy MGT. So we can suspect there could be a big announcement, particularly with Pump Fun and Jasmy. Who would have thought that? I mean, I definitely didn't have that on it, right? Definitely did not have that on my bingo card for this week. So yeah, pretty interesting. Thomas says, I said that one, Thomas, didn't I? Hope so, mate. Yeah, mate, honestly, I'm super crazy. But I actually was like, oh, maybe this is an opportunity to try and, be part of the open interest horde, should we say, today. But I didn't choose to. Why is crypto tanking? Well, I think a lot of liquidations are coming in. There's a little bit of market manipulation going on from exchanges. Open interest is skyrocketed, which means people are looking to get some leverage positions in. And it's been the highest it's been in the last 60 days. That should tell you everything you need to know. By the way, all at the same time where we saw significantly lower volume in ETF flows. So just under $1 billion today. So pretty slow when it comes to ETFs. BlackRock didn't buy Bitcoin again. This is interesting, by the way. BlackRock didn't buy Bitcoin again. ProShares didn't buy. Bitwise, no surprise. I think the market's kind of gone, right, let's just take a breath. Let's see what's happening. I think everyone's a bit like, okay, we kind of got a little bit caught up in the FOMO. But yeah, BlackRock didn't buy again. Now, just for reference, by the way, and I think this is important to think about, the last time we saw pauses when it came to the trading of BlackRock's ETF, when it came back in, they came back in like a fucking set of lunatics and bought just unbelievable amounts of Bitcoin. So what I think personally with these ETFs, and you look at things like Mara Holdings, you look at Strategy, you look at all these other big companies, I actually think they're out raising capital. I think BlackRock's a bit like, okay, let's go and get some more money. Let's go and get some more consumers. Let's get ready to come back in and come aggressive. The price will come down. People are going to freak out. Lots of people are looking to trade it. Liquidations are going to come in. And then BlackRock, I think, are going to come in and buy like $100 million, $200 million every day and go crazy again. I think, right? I think. That's just my opinion. I could be totally wrong, but it is worth thinking about. And I absolutely think it may do that as well. They're going to buy XRP, Scott. I mean, I am very much in the world that I would love it. I've seen loads of people today talking about BlackRock and XRP and Ripple and Larry Fink and da-da-da-da-da. Nothing has been confirmed, but it wouldn't surprise me. It really wouldn't surprise me, actually. I'm still expecting a green August, true. Big Al says 2-bit. Where are we in the cycle? Where are the EMAs and SMAs? Is it a surprise we are cooling and holding 100? Could we argue ahead of ourselves in the cycle? So we are absolutely, in my opinion, phase 2, which is the beginning of the rotation of capital out of Bitcoin and into Ethereum, not big caps, into Ethereum. That's why we saw it. If you take just an example here, I actually have the EMA ribbons on here, which does give us a bit of an indication. 200 EMA down here. So we're well out on the daily, by the way. The next one up, 100 EMA, and obviously the big one here, which is the 50-day EMA. We're well beneath those on the daily trends. And I think when you start to see some of these higher resistance levels, you can see we bounced here perfectly off the 20-day exponential moving average or the EMA ribbon, giving us a view. Equally, this trend line at the minute. So my view is I absolutely believe we are in the early stages of the phase 2, which is, again, the movement of capital out of Bitcoin in it. And we saw this yesterday, and it is important because so many people look at macro stuff and they just, they just refresh their wallet and they refresh their wallet. We actually saw yesterday altcoins move when Bitcoin come down, which generally speaking is a clear indication that you've got a rotation of capital going on. And I think, again, to reference the fact that we don't have a lot of new inflows from retail just tells exactly where we are. So think about this, right? So the phase overlap, money flows into Ethereum, but it struggles to keep up with Bitcoin. Ethereum goes back and forth with Bitcoin and then starts to outperform it. The phase 2 confirmation is that Ethereum is outperforming Bitcoin, and we hear talks of the flippening. That's not happened. Ethereum versus BTC is very obvious. It's come down quite aggressively over the course of the last 24 hours, given that kind of move. So we can, does that sound like Ethereum and Bitcoin back and forth? Of course it does. Big move up. Lots of super crazy stuff going on with Ethereum. Bitcoin might take a bit of dominance now for maybe the next 2 or 3 days. Then it starts to rotate again. But eventually, in my opinion, what happens is the ETH dominance starts to outperform Bitcoin. And then obviously you start to see it kind of how it plays through. And bear in mind, with all of this crazy correction in the market, ETH's only down 4,000. That's not that bad. We're basically back to where we were prior to Sunday. So again, which if you think about it, no institutions are buying Sunday. That means that it was short-term holders that, in my opinion, just sold the top on the panic that we were going to get a dump in the market. So I think it's pretty obvious as that plays out. Okay, we talked about that. And let's get into the news. Man, we are flying through this live stream. I don't know what's happening. Money you to Binance. I don't know what that is, but let me know in a minute. Hi, what should be Ethereum will be this weekend? Good question. Absolutely no idea. That's not true, actually. By the way, Tesla, none of their $1.42 billion in Bitcoin has been sold. They're still holding on to it. I think we could have a relatively flat going to the weekend. I don't think we're going to see anything crazy. Okay, let's break some news down, then we'll take your questions. So, crypto treasury is now trending to shift to XRP. As we know, Nasdaq-listed companies, we talked about this yesterday, are now starting to stack their bags. For example, Nature's Miracle is now a publicly traded company operating a vertical farm and technology, announced the launch of an institutional XRP treasury program. I literally fucking told this about a week ago. And I actually said, watch out, you're going to see loads of companies front-run XRP treasury companies. This is why people don't see what's coming. There's only me, you guys, and Tom Lee that know exactly what's coming, particularly with Ethereum and XRP. But yeah, you're going to see more and more of this play out. They have announced, again, a massive investment and are currently going through equity financing, providing the GHS investments under S1 registration statements approved by the US Securities and Exchange Commission, which are also trying to fast track certain things to go through. They will become the first, or one of the first public companies to place XRP at the center of its treasury, currently ranking its third largest crypto by market capitalization. So there you go. It already is beginning. If you're not bullish on what's coming, I don't know what to tell you, so watch out for that. Like we said, Ethereum is now extending its significant dominance with over $534 million worth of inflows as Bitcoin ETFs slip further. Our second day of outflows. I think that'll stop today looking at it, but lots of Ethereum buying, which I think is great news. Ethereum ETFs hit a 13-day streak, while Bitcoin ETFs struggle with only 68 million out of those. Again, you can see how that's kind of playing out, specifically when it comes to Ethereum spot volume. Pretty crazy. And many people are certainly seeing what's going on, or some people just go, Ethereum's a massive scammy altcoin. Who gives a shit? There's also talks of a 15% agreement tariffs. Obviously, that big news out of Japan was pretty crazy. So, representatives of the EU and the US are on the brink of finalizing a trade agreement that will establish a 50% baseline tariff on European imports. This could be good news as well. And again, could all come at the same time. Maybe that's why we're delaying some of this XRP news. Maybe that's why the market's a bit like, oh, we'll see what happens. But anyway, this is good news. Also, and this is why you've got to be sensible, aren't you? Do you know what I mean? Like, you've just got to be sensible. One of the largest banks in the United States announces it's now officially moving into cryptocurrency. We talked about this yesterday. I did it on one of my shorts if you haven't seen it. PNC Bank is one of America's leading financial institutions, and it's now preparing to offer cryptocurrency buying, selling, and custody of its of cryptocurrency to its customers, collaborating with crypto exchange Coinbase. Like, crazy, right? Pretty crazy. So not only have you now got XRP treasury companies, you've got one of the biggest banks in the US going, oh, yeah, hey, you can come to us and buy crypto, sell crypto, and even better than that, we'll freaking custody it for you. Pretty wild. So again, super bullish news. Here's the Bitwise stuff we talked about, ETF that was approved. This is 10 altcoins, including things like XRP, Solana, and many others, but then immediately reversed the decisions only hours later. Now, again, this is kind of interesting to think about. Just hours after the initial approval, SEC Assistant Secretary Sherry R. Hayward invoked Rule 431 to stay the order, sending the decision to the full commission for further reviewing and freezing the conversion process. Now, I actually think this is, in my opinion, a pretty tactical play. if you were here last night, we were sort of talking a little bit about how there was a view by certain banks and by certain senators, i.e. Elizabeth Warren and a couple of others, that have said, I think this whole agreement of banks custodying crypto, buying crypto is bad news, and they need to put it back, and it needs to go through the Senate, it needs to go through loads of bureaucracy, and loads of people can have their view and make loads of money off it and be complete and utter cretins, right? This, in my opinion, I think shows Paul Atkins at his best and shows why I think the SEC is very different right now, because here's my take on it. Put your tinfoil hats on, we're going to take a view. I think they've done this specifically then to fast track conversions that you're going to see up and coming. XRP funds, more altcoin funds, meme coin funds, whatever the hell other funds are out there. I actually think this is a way of going, well, hold on a minute, because this is going to get passed. Let's think about this. Bitwise is like $5 trillion, massive company, huge US company. I think this is the way of them front running what is going to come down the line, which will be loads of people going, oh, hold on a minute, what do you mean you're going to approve a Shiba Inu ETF? Like, what the hell are you talking about? And I actually think it's a pretty smart move. Now, they'll never come out and say that's why they're doing it, but I think that's why they're going to do it. And I think this is going to be really important. And I think the fact the SEC's accelerated approval process typically applies to non-controversial rule changes that align with existing regulations. So remember, this crypto market, lots of people still either don't understand or don't like. And I think it's important to reference what that looks like. So that's just my opinion. I could be, as always, completely wrong. But like I said before, we're not really that wrong on this channel, are we? There's enough of us here that kind of know what's up. And we also are pretty clued up in terms of what's going on in the market. Time will be the teller. Whether we get this through in the next couple of days, I think that'll be really, really obvious as well. So, yeah, interesting indeed. All right, good. Okay. Big Al says, Holmes, did you buy all in on SHIB? I have a 48k buy order waiting to be fulfilled. Big Al's crypto exchange. Does coins have that utility then? What problem does it solve, please? What's this? Panic sell and buy Shiba, maybe. Market is officially knackered. Levi has reduced his XRP prediction down to 9k. No, that can't be true. Please tell me that's not true. That's bad news. That can't be true. I don't believe you right now. No way on this earth. Oh no, Jesus Christ. We're all going to effing zero. Levi tells us the XRP market's melting down. It's over. XRP just broke the global economy. Shit the bed, everybody. Oh no. Oh no. I mean, yesterday, Jerome Powell was preparing to unleash XRP's next huge explosion. Today, it's all over. These people are a disgrace. Oh my God. Oh man, honestly, load up before August. Got to zero, right? It's a roller coaster of emotions, some of these channels. Anyway, worthwhile noting, by the way. Right, let's just keep an eye on what's going on in the markets. Man, Bitcoin dumping again, 117.9. So we're definitely seeing a little bit of pain. XRP at 310. H-bar down now, 24 Algorand. So definitely a little bit of a dump. Wait, it's not even a little bit, is it? It's a pretty big dumperino. Let's just call it for what it is. It's a pretty big dumperino. So, but yeah, if Levi tells us screwed, everybody, then, you know, you would be wise to listen. Oh my God. Why is XRP dipped today? The whole altcoin market's taken a massive dip. I think, yeah, I think there's a number of reasons. We've just broke it down really, but nervousness in the market, tariffs, overcooked market, I think. I mean, look at the RSI. We've been miles over on MACD trending and RSI trending as well. So it's not really a surprise, to be honest. Profit taking, etc., etc. I think is probably worth noting, by the way. Bitcoin just needs to fill with 114 CME gap. Yeah, I heard people talk about the CME gap. Can you actually get that as a chart, by the way? Bitcoin CME. Maybe not. But I have seen people talking about the CME gap. Binsy, that makes me more bullish when people say this. What did Binsy say? I missed it. Binsy, what did you say? Fraser, thanks for the follow, man. I appreciate it. What's your predicted price for XRP this year? $8 to $10. That's my view. I don't see what Binsy said, in fairness. Bitcoin just needs to fill this. Oh, yeah. BTC1. Do BTC1. Ah, nice. Is that actually true, yeah? Ponke, I think you're one of the greatest people around, by the way. BTC1. Oh, I need to do it on, do I need to do it on all? BTC1. Ah, is that true? Bitcoin futures. Got it. Bash. Nice, bro. Cheers for that. Right, let's get you to the top of the list. There we go. So yeah, oh, there it is. Look, oh, I can see the CME gap. Hey. You'll learn something new every day on this channel. You'll learn something new on this channel every single day, you see. Why would people not be? Right, so there we go. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. There is the official CME gap on the daily candles. So let's see if we come down. It's a pretty big push down. 115 maybe. There's the CME gap, everybody. There's the CME gap. Let's keep an eye on that. Right, good news. CME gap at 114. There we go, look. Bullish. Should that be red or green? What do you reckon? Probably feels like it should be red, really, shouldn't it? Red with big red squares. There we go. Look, that's good news. That's a maintenance CME gap, not a weekend CME gap. Oh, where's the CME gap then for the weekend? What? Surely that's the CME gap, isn't it? Thursday, Friday. All right, maybe not. Craig, how much did you take? Craig says, well, markets hit all-time high, fourth trill, so inevitable some profits been taken. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Exclamation mark 2. Okay, I didn't do that one. I didn't do the exclamation mark. BTC1 exclamation mark. Hold on a minute. I'm on bloody indicators here. BTC1 exclamation mark. Oh, look at that. Bitcoin futures. Right. Is this the right one then? Oh, Ponke, you, honestly. Do you know what the great thing is? Like, just good people coming together to make things happen. That is what I'm looking at. BTC1 exclamation mark. So where is this CME gap then? Is it because I'm on the thingamabob? I don't understand. Isn't there a CME gap about 92k? Yeah, I'm assuming it's well, I mean, there's a couple of them, but most of them look like they've been hit. That one definitely hasn't been hit yet right now. Big also says a gap to M2 completion today. My Subaru. Nice. Gap to M2 competition. Nice. Good. So where's, I don't know. Oh, maybe the weekend. Surely the weekend CME gap would come in on the daily candles, right? I don't understand. Where's the weekend CME gap? I'm so confused. Oh, is it this here? Look. Oh no. What? Yeah. Steph, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Mateo, just tell me where weekend CME gap is closed already. Oh, is it? Why can't I see it? I can definitely see this CME gap that's not closed right now. Right. Good. Anyway. Nitro, tell me, am I looking at the right thing? I feel like I am, though. I feel like I definitely am, and I don't understand how it can have a how it can not have the weekend in. To be there is no gap for the weekend, just past it closed, being filled, bro. Okay, fine. Fine. Well, there's definitely a CME gap here, which hasn't been filled. Would be my argument. Which must have been, what, back in like, what was the 11th? I feel like it was something in the US anyway. Can't remember. Can't remember. Right. Anyway, we'll keep an eye on what's going on with BTC. It is on a little bit of a numberino right now. So we'll definitely stay close to this and see what's happening. Don't forget, by the way, YouTube, hit the like button. Over 100 people in this stream right now, making sure they're dialed into this market. So do me a quick favor and tap that like button. It costs you absolutely nothing. Absolutely does support the channel, though, and keeps us moving, keeps us grooving. And I think it's important that we keep an eye on what's going on in this market. Like I said, we try and bring you the best content every single day here on the market, and we are making sure that you are dialed into this market. So go ahead, hit the like button. And also, if you're here on YouTube, on TikTok, make sure you tap on that screen as well. 33 of you absolute heroes are here. We appreciate you guys as we continue to build this fantastic community out here on TikTok as well. And like I said, don't forget, we're going to be back live again, or I'm going to be back live again with a co-host as well. So I'm pretty excited and bullish on what that could look like. So again, make sure you are absolutely supporting where you need to. Good. Okay. We will definitely be keeping an eye on this market, man. Alts are getting smashed to pieces, but it's fine. Looks like perfect staircasing patterns to me. Building beautiful market structure looks on. Yeah, I mean, that's true. Is XRP the new better Bitcoin? Ricky Ricardo, no, right? And I talked about it as, by the way, for reference, I'm super bullish on XRP. I'm very optimistic about where we're going to go, but it's not going to be the next Bitcoin. Like, come on, let's just be serious about this. However, it could bring a different edge than maybe Bitcoin's got, and I would rather be in it than not, I think is my important reference. Tesla earnings, 284 million gain. Holy crap. Holy crap. Tim says, 2-bit any aping I did today in a couple of memes, and it paid off big time. Oh, baby. I had some good ones today, mate. I had some very good ones, actually. Which is kind of nice. Yeah, which is kind of nice. I think I had like an 80-odd percenter and a 70%, and I was aping pretty hard, actually. So, yeah. Some good news, if you ask me. Some good news. Right. Also, let me just bring something up really quickly. Is it this I want? Okay. You have to bear with me 1 second, people. Just bear with me 1 second. Okay, yeah. Okay, here we go. Oh man, what's this? Someone wants me to go on. Someone wants me to go on co-host. It's so annoying. Why can't my screen doesn't tap? I'm just gonna decline you, right? I'm just gonna decline you. Right, TikTok, don't go anywhere. Give me 2 seconds. By the way, BITUNIX, we're now gonna be offering a new live stream special campaign in which you can get up to $400 worth of sign-up bonuses. If you go during the live stream and sign up to BITUNIX, deposit $100 US and trade once, you're going to get all of these separate bonuses. This is super bullish, super crazy. BITUNIX, a brilliant platform, no KYC and everything else. Definitely check this out. Also, they continue to offer even more bullish stuff. For example, if you sign up as well, again, you can see here, look, you can make a deposit and you get a massive bonus. This will be loaded onto your account post the live stream. This is a fantastic new campaign sponsored by BITUNIX. Link is in the description. Go check it out. Get signed up to BITUNIX, get trading cryptocurrency, and get your free deposits once you deposit and trade. So I highly recommend going and checking that out. It is definitely worth it. Okay, Bits Blaze, what's going on? Good to see you, man. GGL is here as well. I hope you all guys are doing very, very well. So yeah, definitely check that out, by the way. It's very, very good news as well. Back on. Thanks, Bits. TikTok, what is going on? Welcome to Nothing Happening, but I can give you a little. Curtis says, didn't Aussie buy NFTs pump yesterday? Maybe. But yeah. What price are we going to for XRP, boys and girls? Where's the 10K crew today? They're having a day off. But yeah. Good news indeed, if you ask me. And like I said, some great opportunities, in my opinion, just dialing into the markets. Blazer, thank you for the heart me's. Again, grabbing those points, making sure that you are leveling up, baby. You gotta be that G. You know, you can't be a moderator and not be like level 58,000, baby. I just converted all my ETH into SXT up 40%. Nice. I like it. How do you think Flare can go realistically? I mean, I don't really track Flare. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't particularly track it. But, like I said, I know some people that do. It offers, obviously, XRP staking and a couple of others. So, I mean, it has a big opportunity for sure. Yeah, by the way, look at this. Tesla's Q2 2025 earnings reporting $284 million gain in digital assets holding all Bitcoin with a net income of $1.2 billion despite a 12% year-on-year revenue decline to $22.5 billion. They are stacked. $1.2 billion worth of digital assets. Haven't sold a single freaking thing. So yeah, very bullish on what's going on. And again, you just have to kind of see what's going on. The writing's on the wall. It's obvious. All of these big companies are stacking their bags, baby. SHX is a small dip. Ooh. We think we should blame Jim Cramer. Yeah. I saw that. Jim Cramer officially was going bullish on Bitcoin, which is kind of it's kind of crazy. You're like, Jim, what the hell, bro? All you have to do is keep your mouth shut, and he doesn't do it. What did he say? Like he's gonna buy Bitcoin for his kids or something, I think is what it said. He is currently trending on X, by the way, which is hilarious. But yeah, Jim Cramer says he wants to own Bitcoin and Ethereum for his kids because it's a hedge against the US national debt. No, Jim, that was 3 hours ago. That was 3 hours ago. And guess what? The market's tanked ever since. Get out of here, Jim Cramer. The only man that somehow can collapse the price of crypto assets by simply just talking. What a disaster. Anyway, such is life. Such as life. I think it is worth noting and being mindful of. So yeah. Anyway, let's keep an eye on just what's going on with Bitcoin. Wouldn't surprise me if we come all the way back down to this body here around 117.4. Could be a thing. Could be a thing. I've tried to buy XRP on the ledger and it won't let. Does anyone else have this problem? Buy it on the ledger. What is buy on exchange and send it to the ledger? Surely you can just do swaps on there, or it'll be going through some third party like MoonPay or something. Just go and get it off an exchange and send it there. Why is the market dropping? Lots of, in my opinion, by the way, again, lots of manipulation. I think lots of leverage is being wiped out. And, you know, we had a massive surge yesterday, which sort of came a little bit out of nowhere. If you think about it, and you look at market structure right now, we had a massive move yesterday for sort of no real reason. It was just a bit like, what the hell's going on? We haven't seen that kind of prop up in the market with few institutions. However, I think it's fine. I don't think it's a massive deal. And I think we'll see probably some consolidation, maybe a couple of other days just kind of chilling. And then I think we'll start to see it come back up as well. So, yeah, just my view. What's that James been doing so I know which way the market's not heading? Yeah, I mean, that guy's... again, I absolutely, by the way, stand by the fact I still think that guy is a hyperliquid plant. I still think he is, by the way. No one's going to convince me otherwise. Well, let's take a look at what the actual hyperliquid wallet analysis and whale trackers are, because I think this is important to think. Everyone and their nan, excluded anyone with $50 million worth or more, is bullish on the markets. That should tell you exactly what you need to know. And more importantly, the fact that most are now on a P&L distribution are also bullish. So again, what we can see here is that the majority are going long on the markets versus short, and I think that's an important reference to make. And then when you take a look at the whale trackers, again, what you can see here is number of people now are way more optimistic for a long position on Bitcoin, Ethereum, Hype, Solana, XRP aggressively. 74% of people are going long on XRP. That's a pretty big number. Likewise with Dogecoin, ENA, as well as many, many others as well. SUI, with all very much bullish. So that doesn't mean, though, we couldn't see a quick spike down in the markets. People are a bit like, hey, this might get a bit tasty. But certainly as we stand right now, markets are taking the opportunity to open up leverage and go long. Work it out. To be look at the 2 weeks BTC chart, cup and handle, perfectly poised to blow. Check the neckline on the cup and handle. It is bullish on the 2 weeks. On the daily, or are you trading? Are you on like a different, like on a 12 hour or something? You're talking about this here. Oops. I'm assuming that's what you're talking about. If Bitcoin goes back up tonight, alts will bounce really hard. Ali G, I think that might happen, but I don't see it personally. I think what you'll get, I think a close above 118 would be good news for Bitcoin. And I think anything in single digits I would hope for when it comes to altcoins. So like HBAR, Grand XRP, getting down to maybe 8 or 9%. I think if we get a nice move on BTC, I don't see where it's coming from though right now. We know institutions aren't buying. We know retail's kind of chilling in a little bit. So I don't necessarily think we're going to see any sort of big inflows in the market, which tells me we'll probably be pretty flat. And we'll probably do something like this. We did get exactly the same kind of market structure here where we got this blow off the top to come down to retest this lower range and then our accumulation back up with again here. So, I mean, some people would say, well, you know, lower highs are coming in. This is a downtrend in the market. Well, maybe. That's absolutely possible. So you could also argue that we've got the potential triple bottom coming back in before we get the big skyrocket move to the upside. Time will tell. I think tariffs are going to play an important part. We get the full crypto digital asset breakdown, I think, on the 30th. That's going to give us some indication as to what's going on with the market. And the fact that, though, the S&P and the stock market is rallying tells us that we're going higher. We're going higher. 2 week BTC chart. Oh, right. Okay. Sorry. You mean on here, don't you? Do you mean like a custom range? 2 week BTC chart. I'm assuming you mean like a custom range. 180k is the point of control. Yeah, I think if we can hold 118k, I'll be happy at that. That'll be good news. Market cooling down, be calm, use brain, not heart. Absolutely, Sir Yeatsley. That's such a good name, by the way. You need to get onto my website and buy the Yeet t-shirt. Definitely worth it. So yeah, I think all, in my opinion, is fine. I am not freaking out. And this is why I'd always talked about having some capital on the sides, making sure that you're ready. For example, if you've been taking a little bit of profit or you've just had that capital sitting, you are poised now to potentially DCA. I am sure some people jump in and they're like, oh, I bought the high. I wish I hadn't. This is where you start to ladder in. Think of all those people that were asking about what coins to get involved in, how to purchase it. I've got $1,000. What do I do with it? Well, right now, if you'd have gone 250, 250, 250, 250, you are in a perfect place to DCA that price down. So it's how you got to work it. Hey, from Minnesota, Martin Otto. What's going on, buddy? Welcome to the live. Appreciate you. Don't forget to hit the follow button. And if you could, by the way, let's tap the screen. We're nearly at 10,000 likes. Nearly 40 people in here as well. So don't forget, I'm going to be live with the one and only Crypto Vern in about 40 minutes. We're going to be doing another live stream tonight. So come and join us. We are trending in the top 100% of the League D2. We're absolutely bullish in whatever that is. So come and join us. Again, support us. It would be greatly appreciated if you could. DCA till you die. Justin knows what's up. It's Sir Yeatsley the Third. I'll have you know. Fine. I stand corrected. I'm still going to absolutely tell you it's a great name. Wait, who's in MN? I'm in MN. We've got Martin Otto. He's from Minnesota, Crackerjack. What are we talking about tonight? Well, if you caught my TikTok little update, baby, then you will know exactly what we're talking about. So we're going to get into a little bit of how would you invest $1,000 right now? Because I think that's a good topic to talk about. I want to get into some price predictions for coins that we think are going to move. I want to talk a little bit about some of the new things that people need to get into. Again, TikTok's a very new platform for people getting into cryptocurrency. It's so new at the minute, they don't let you advertise any crypto content over there. Pretty wild. But by the way, this invite 2-Bit Crypto UK with 2Ks is a scammer. Do not answer them. That is not me. I am not joining my own live stream. Anyone that is telling you they're 2-Bit Crypto that's not me is a liar. If you're not sure if it's me, come on to my live streams. I live stream 6 days a week, and I will tell you that it's not me. But as you can see, there is a 2-Bit Crypto UK with 2Ks. Just join this live stream. That's not me. That is a scammer. Do not answer them. They are a complete and utter joke. And again, just don't answer me. Come onto the live stream and be like, bro, did you message me earlier on? And I'd say, no, I didn't. And that's all you need to know. Hey, thanks, BitsBlaze, for the 10, whatever those are. But thank you so much. I appreciate it. Isn't TikTok for kids and only... No. I kind of like it. Here's my thesis, by the way. No. I'm not. I'm good, Justin. Here's my thesis. For whatever reason, I cannot get my engagement on X going. I can't get it going. I've tried live streaming, X Spaces, posting every single hour, setting posts up to go. I cannot get my engagement going on X. I don't know what it is. I don't know why. Doesn't matter what I post. Doesn't matter if I do threads. Doesn't matter if I retweet things. Whatever. I get like 120 people interact with that. Literally, I go live on TikTok and get 1,000 people starting to look at it, 300 people looking at views and all the rest of it. So I'm a bit like, screw X, I can't be arsed with it. What's the point? What is the point? And I've grinded X for 3 years to get to not even 10,000 followers. I'm like, who the hell cares? Like, why am I messing around with that platform if it's just going to be a complete pain in the ass to get there? I'd rather try and grind on TikTok. Like, why not? I guarantee we'll do a TikTok live. We'll get 300 or 400 people over the course of the hour tuning into us. And it's growing. Our TikTok lives are growing. Our community is growing over there. I could do a space right now and I'll get exactly the same people in this live stream and maybe about 3 others. I can't be bothered. So it's a waste of time. Complete waste of time. It's all about the numberings. Yeah, kind of. I think, yeah. Waddy seems to be doing all right over there. Had 120 the other day. Yeah, Waddy's crushing it, in fairness. I think the live audience on TikTok is very different to the content one. I think it's difficult to kind of grow that. And yeah, look, we'll get there. That's my view. But what I do know is that my engagement feels better on TikTok than I'm getting on X. And I have put 3.5 years of work into X to get to where I'm over there. And it's literally a waste of time and I can't be bothered. So yeah, we're just going to see what happens with TikTok. I'll want TikTok, bro. I'll give you some love. Invite me. I promise not to talk about taxes. I'm down. Yeah, come and join us. The live audience and TikTok tend to be complete noob. Exactly. Yeah, and that's kind of where I want to get to. And yeah, I mean, think about the engagement you got to get on X. 5 million impressions over 3 months to get monetized on X. Like what? Like do you know how hard 5 million impressions is? It's ridiculous. So yeah, so we're gonna and do you know what? I'm enjoying live streaming on TikTok. I think it's cool. I think the platform's cool. And yeah, I mean, it's a little bit more sensitive to topics you talk about. You have to be a bit more mindful about some of the things, but equally, I kind of like it. Troll on Solana, if you need, I kind of feel like I've heard about Troll on Solana. Trade less, troll more, like it. Like it. Austin Wood, what's going on, pal? What's going on? Right, BTC 118, we need to see it hold above that. XRP now 314, 311 might have been the local bottom, maybe. Maybe that could have been it, so we'll see. When will the USA crypto be tax-free? Well, you might get it on the 30th of July. Maybe. Maybe. We'll see. Jesse, done on the way in as always. What's going on, buddy? Welcome. 2-bit, get Jake Claver on. He went on GMC the other day and they got 120,000 views. Who the hell is Jake Claver? Maybe I need to get that guy on. Dale says, I said that, didn't I? Sorry, Dale. Yeah, the obviously the announcement or the first part of that Trump crypto, whatever it is, 120 days, comes live on the 30th of July. So, Rafa, is the bull run over? I don't think so. Zoom Shop says Pepe. Yeah, I think Pepe's coiling up, in my opinion, for a bit of a move. Just my opinion. I mean, it's absolutely dumperino today, but we saw very similar sort of patterns play out on Pepe. And yeah, I think it's starting to become a little bit interesting, this chart, when you look at it. When you look at this Pepe chart, I reckon we could be in for something a bit spicy. Just my personal opinion. Jake sounds like a quality streamer. Yeah. When are you meeting 2-bit? I hear a date has been set. Who? I was going to say, yeah, what the hell are you talking about, Al? That's a weirdo. But yeah, maybe I'll have a look at who that is. I don't know who it is, but yeah, the bull run I don't believe is over. No, and Zoom Shop Pepe, I'm a holder of Pepe, and I think it's got definitely an opportunity in the market for sure. As I think some of these other altcoins have. I think Bonk has just showed itself as a potential. Obviously, it's had a big run, but yeah, that absolutely could be one of those that's just given people that opportunity to get in. In my opinion, like I said, you look at some of these other coins. There is a big opportunity. Look at Pump Fund, though. Oh my God, this thing is wrecked. Hopefully, you guys didn't get into this. Bands, thanks for the follow. I appreciate it, my man. Appreciate it. Liquidity. Yeah, look at this, man. BNB, by the way, crushing it as well. BNB is looking great. Really good. Okay. Let's see what happens. Let's hope BTC holds this 118. Like I said, don't forget, come and join us live again in about 35 minutes. We're going to be talking again about all things cryptocurrency. It's going to be good. Can't wait. How low will it go? Well, again, the bottom of my range is 116.59. So as long as it don't break below that, I'm kind of cool with it. I'm kind of cool with it. Yeah. That's my opinion anyway. What's happened today to the market, mate? Addy, it's taken a bit of a hit. My opinion, it's a liquidation move. It's a liquidity grab. Lots of push downs. I bet if we go and have a look at some of these big wallets, I bet there's some mega moves gone on today. Let's take a look. Who normally does a lot of it? Who normally liquidates loads of the market? Wintermute's probably a pretty good one to see. Let's see what Wintermute have been up to today. Let's see what they've been doing in terms of trade volume and movement of capital. Let's go to 100. Let's go to 1 million. Let's see if they've been messing around with any big numbers. Yeah, so look at this. So these are trades over $1 million. You got Wintermute moving Pepe to Binance. Interesting. You got Circle with USDC deposits. Binance sending Solana to Wintermute. That's why Solana's pushing down. Coinbase, Ethereum been moving around. You got massive amounts of Bitcoin going to Fidelity, Binance Hot Wallet, Ethereum, Binance Hot Wallet, Solana. So we've seen this like big push down in the market, and then all of a sudden, I mean, this was 28 minutes ago. I bet these numbers go even bigger actually. Let's go to 10 million. Yes, look at some of these great. Oh my Christ, Jesus Christ. Binance deposit to Binance Hot Wallets, USDC stablecoin. You've also got big moves on Bitcoin, Ethereum. Again, massive amounts of USDC a couple of hours ago. So these are big transactions. Look at that. USDC, massive accumulations of USDC going into exchanges 2 hours ago. And now we're starting to see USDC go back to Wintermute. You can see here, look, Fireblocks moving it back to Wintermute. And we're seeing Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana all heading out into exchanges. That should tell you everything you need to know. Everything you need to know, that it's all a massive freaking game. And like I always say, it's not about winning. It's about making sure we win our little part of the market. And if you're part of this channel, you might just do that. Anyway, Anyway, right, last couple of minutes, everybody, then we are out of here. Like I said, don't forget I'm live with Vern in about 30, 35 minutes, so don't miss it. It's going to be good. Curse, the 2-week chart, bro, massive alpha in there, but okay. I need to do a custom range, don't I, Al? I'm sorry. Oh, custom interval. Days, weeks, 2, add. I did it, Al. Al, I did it. There you go, look, bro. There you go, look, bro. There's the 2 weeks, baby. There's the 2 weeks. Are you on about this kind of move here, I'm assuming then? Whoop. There you go. There you go. Massive cup and handle pattern. Bosh. You got it, baby. You got it. Yeah, 2 weeks in there now, Al. We'll keep that on there as always. Right. Anyway, as always, thank you everybody for tuning in. We appreciate you. Will the market turn, Tony? I think so. Tony, join us in about half an hour. We'll get into a little bit more. Mudeng, Omar, what's going on, buddy? Yeah, join us again. We'll be back live in about 30 minutes to talk about... Oh, Moon Doge. Yeah, check out... I actually did a video on that earlier on, so see what's going on with Moon Doge. What's the price of it right now? Hold on, I'm going to have a look at that dead quick while we're live. Yeah, stools. Yeah, I did a video on Moon Doge earlier on. Go and check it out. And Epic Chain. Both look pretty crazy, actually. 3.75 million market cap. Let's get it, Moon Doge. Anyway, right, with that being said, everybody, I am out of here. We'll be live again 20 minutes here. Sorry, about 30 minutes here on TikTok. Don't miss out. It, as always, is going to be epic. And I'll be joined once again by the only man that people want to see more than me, which is Crypto Vern. So until then, thanks so much for watching, everybody. Catch you on the flip side. See you soon. Thank you.